You're now watching Sports Bettor's Paradise on the Bet Rivers Network.
All right, Jimmy out along with Paul Stone talking the Michigan angle for you again. So, been pretty good in the Michigan teams lately. Let's get to it right now. And the big one is the Oregon Ducks are coming to town to take on the Michigan Wolverines. And, man, when is the last time the Wolverines have been 14.5-point dogs at home? Oregon starting to get in rhythm a little bit. We know they're undefeated at 8-0, but Dylan Gabriel, it's, the new supporting cast, the new surroundings, and it looks like he's starting to get more and more in sync with the supporting cast up in Eugene. 3 straight games now, Paul, double-digit yards per attempt. Gabriel is really playing. One of those includes the game against Ohio State as well. It's a big number, though, on the road here, 14.5 and 45.5.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Gabriel has found his groove, starting with that big victory over Ohio State a couple of weeks ago there in Eugene. But Michigan at home, as you mentioned, getting 14.5 points. Obviously the Wolverines have offensive challenges. They've only averaged 19 points a game in 6 games versus Power 4 opponents this year. They've started 3 different guys at quarterback, Davis Warren, Alex Orji, and the now retired Jack Tuttle. But this is just despite Oregon's offensive prowess and Gabriel kind of hitting his stride, this is just too many points, in my opinion. Michigan, and they were on the road in these 2 games. They got more than 2 touchdowns twice back in 2014 when they finished only 5-7. But they hadn't been getting double digits anywhere in the past 10 years. So too juicy for me to pass up. I'm going to take the Wolverines plus 14.5 over visiting Oregon.
All right, next for the Michigan State Spartans, and Sparty lost a tough one in the in-state rivalry. Got a little nasty at the end there, but they lose by 7 in the Big House to Michigan. Now they go to take on the Indiana Hoosiers. They host them. Indiana does it again. They're now 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread. Paul, you jumped on that one last week. I did as well privately with the Hoosiers, and they win and they cover. Now 7.5 and 50.5. On the road at Sparty here. It's real simple. It's still got, I know Signetti, Google him. My man is just, it is a miracle. The fight is for second place for National Coach of the Year at this point. There's no question. That is a difficult place to win in a major comp. It's a big deal what he's doing. I get it. But, man, that was an eventful, draining weekend last week. Game day, Lee Corso day, the whole thing, and they're still human. And now they have to follow it up in a tricky little spot where Jonathan Smith in his first year, we talked about this too, he has this team playing better than most people expected as well. Certainly not the results they're getting in Bloomington this year, but I think this is a spot maybe to where get off the train. Listen, if you've been betting Indiana for 5 straight games, I get it, okay? But, this might be a spot where you flip to the don'ts here. I'm taking Sparty plus a 7.5 at home. One thing I got to give to Indiana, in the era of really poor football IQ, we see some things. Guys throwing the ball out before they cross the goal line. Guys playing with the fans, when the play is going on and things like this. We can go on and on. Some of the dumb plays in football. They are smart. They play smart. When they tackle, they wrap as well. They don't just collide. When they block, they're trying to block. They are just, not a whole lot of pre-snap penalties. Just a really buttoned-up outfit. So I really do respect them, but I think this is a tough spot. I'm taking Sparty at home here, plus the points, Paul.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm not going to, get in front of a freight train, first of all, in Indiana, but I do respect your courage there. But at this, I'm not going to be involved. The public is obviously enamored with Indiana. They open at -6 Sunday morning at a few books there, and now up to -7.5, and probably even going to get higher. You've got a team, as you mentioned, 8-0 on the year straight up, 8-0 against the spread, haven't trailed all year. So it's, the public's going to catch on to that, and that's the kind of team they love. But if Michigan State and Aiden Childs, their quarterback who came over with Jonathan Smith from Oregon State in the offseason, if they play like they did 2 weeks ago in that double-digit home victory over Iowa, then Indiana could find itself in a little bit of trouble, but they are playing sound football to this point. And something else to kind of support your position next week, even they're the defending national champion, even though Michigan's not having a great season. Next week, Indiana plays Michigan at home. And then after a bye week, they play Ohio State. So they've got a pretty nice daily double waiting on deck after having to travel to East Lansing. So if they're ever going to, hit a little bit of a downturn, this could be the week. But I'm a little bit leery of getting in front of those Hoosiers. But at the same time, if you're going to play against them, this might be the point, because it's hard to just play at that same high level week in and week out and cover the spread, because at some point the number gets to be a little bit cost prohibitive. So good luck with Sparty. And, funny things happen in early November, and this could be one of those games.
All right, earn a chance at $10,000 in bonus money with the Bet Rivers Prop Packs. Place NBA same-game parlays to collect player card prop packs and earn rewards. You win based on how your player performs. Log into BetRivers.com on the Bet Rivers app to place your bet and get your pack. And quickly on the last one, Eastern Michigan hosting Toledo. Toledo involved in a little bit of a shootout at Bowling Green, where Bowling Green pulled away in a competitive game. The difference here is, Toledo's 8.5 now, was 7.5 yesterday. Now 8.5 at Bet Rivers, 53.5. I'm going to have to take Toledo in this one to lay the points. Just the caliber, the strength of schedules just do not compare. Toledo's schedule much tougher than Eastern Michigan's to this point.
Yeah, Toledo opened at -5 Sunday, and the public's just piled on the Rockets here. And I think that's largely due to Eastern Michigan's 25-21 loss at Akron. I think anytime you lose to Akron, people are going to bet against you the next week. That's just kind of the way it is. Toledo's lost 2 or 3. They need to get back on the right track to solidify their bowl position. So I certainly can support your position there, taking the Rockets over Eastern Michigan.
All right, hopefully give you a few more winners on the Michigan games this week. For Paul Stone, I'm Jimmy Ott here in the Sports Bettor's Paradise on the Bet Rivers Network.